Stuart, FranklinBongartsGetty Images Dortmund, Germany. Borussia Dortmund's winless streak in the Bundesliga extended to 8 games on Saturday in a 21 loss at home to 17th-placed Werder Bremen. Loud booing and whistles met the team after time as they approached the yellow wall following yet another hapless performance. The Black and Yellows are winless since September, and there is little suggest that they will claim 3 points before the turn of the year. The former league leaders will end round 15 of the Bundesliga in 7th place or lower. Positives: there are only 4 games left for Dortmund this calendar year. Negatives: fans traveling to the Westfalenstadion in December more often than not will hear a cheerful rendition of Jingle Bells. Instead, fans were airing their discontent at the halftime whistle on Saturday. The home side was trailing 10 and could only produce one measly shot from distance by Andriy Yarmolenko. Werder Bremen were ready to play from the start. Dortmund were not. Peter Bosz's team started in a 433 shape, switched to a 532,433 system a few minutes in, and ended the first half in a 4,231 system. But as the 54-year-old manager said himself, no system in the world will help if the players don't fill it with life. Bremen's man-marking was enough to keep Dortmund quiet for overall 70 minutes of the game. Next to a poor performance in open play, the hosts again conceded a goal from a set piece. Manager rating out of 103. 2 halftime substitutions brought some life into a hapless Dortmund, but it wasn't even close to enough for a win. Player ratings 110-10 best. Players introduced after 70 minutes get no rating. GK Roman Burki, 7. It looked as though he kept his team in the game with a stretched save against Max Cruz in the 64th minute, but had to pick the ball out of the net following the corner. DF Socrates Papastathopoulos, 5. Only his pace prevented Bremen from scoring additional goals on the counter. DF Neven Subotic, 4. Subotic is a fighter and fans love that about him, but he produced a barrage of mistakes. A couple of misplaced passes invited the guests to promising opportunity. Lost Theodor Gebrselassie, who had no trouble poking Bremen's corner home in the 67th minute. DF Marcel Schmelzer, 4. His interception was the starting point of Dortmund's equalizer. Overall, Schmelzer looked far from solid on the defensive end. DF Marc Bartra, 4. Bartra is not a right-back, something he showed again on Saturday. Friedman Vogelapanthe Mahmoud Dahoud, 4. Good ideas, but poor execution. The defensive midfielder was too inconsistent to warrant another start. MF Rafael Guerreiro, 3. Guerreiro was hardly involved on the left wing, and his half-time substitution was a logical consequence. FW Shinji Kagawa, 5. He picked up the assist for Dortmund's equalizer and had the chance for a second afterward. Though there was little left of the spark the Japan international showed in Madrid. FW Christian Pulisic, 5. Showed as much drive as always, but his efforts yielded in very little of consequence. FW Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 4. It looked like he pushed the ball over the line in the 57th minute, but the goal will most likely be awarded to Philip Bergfried, who touched it last. Otherwise, Aubameyang only starred in a comical goal line block as he ended up keeping Kagawa's goal-bound shot out. Dortmund season in a nutshell, they say. FW Andriy Yarmolenko, 3. The long balls toward Yarmolenko never arrived. Either lost the ball in only-on-ones or won dribbles without winning space or momentum. His halftime substitution made sense. Substitute SFW Andre Schürrle, 5. Brought a tenacity on the field the team had lacked in the first half. He fired a couple of dangerous shots toward Yuri Pavlenka, but turned into a headless chicken with a bad first touch quickly after. MF Nuri Sahin, 5. Dortmund's game somewhat improved with Sahin on the field, but even his passing was not as crisp as necessary to unlock a green and white wall. FW Alexander Isak, NR. The young Sweden international was subbed on for the last 10 minutes but could not help his team in their most desperate hour.